Hey guys, so today we're going to be trying some products from the L'Oreal True Match line. I have not tried anything from this line, and L'Oreal was kind enough to send me some goodies to check out. So if you guys are interested in seeing these products in action, then just keep watching. We're going to dive right in with some concealer to kind of cover up the color correction that I've already done. So we have 3 shades here. We have Fair Light Neutral, Fair Light Cool, and Fair Light Warm. And looking at the colors, I don't think that Cool will be an option. It looks a bit too pink. So I think I'm going to go with the Warm actually, which looks the most yellow. I have my dampened beauty blender here. Okay, this seems to be a very, very light coverage concealer. Not really covering much here. Okay, like I said, very light coverage. We may add more after the foundation. So let's jump into foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup, SPF of 17, and this is Classic Ivory N2. And I don't know the claims on this one, so I will look them up and tell you them here.
This foundation claims to have a natural finish, light to medium coverage, and is available in 33 shades.
Okay, so this bottle is a glass tube, screw off cap, and no pump. So you will have to be careful about that. Be careful with that. So I'm just gonna pour some out on my beauty blender here and start pouncing it in. Okay, so this side has about 1 layer of foundation. This has none. There's not a huge difference. It's not an extreme coverage foundation, just from what I'm seeing. Okay, so looking at this, it's definitely a glowy foundation. I still look pretty dewy. It's not matte. It looks like a healthy glow foundation right now. Let's try a little bit more of this concealer over top and see what it does for the under eyes. That's basically how I judge a concealer. If it works under the under eyes, it is a winner. And yeah, I still think that the warm one is the best option. I don't think any of these are light enough though. Like this does not look fair light to me. Do you think it does? Like that's darker than my foundation. I don't think a concealer should be darker than your foundation. But this is what I have, so we're working with it. That's probably as good as it's gonna get, guys. Sorry. Next, we have 2 powders. They're the True Match Super Blendable Powder. We have Neutral N1 and N3, Natural Buff and Soft Ivory. The package looks like this. Has a two-way open, so the first way it opens you get the powder, and if you open on the bottom you get a puff and a mirror, which is nice. I do like it when they come with mirrors. Is N3, which as you can see is a pretty good match for me. N1, which I think will be great for brightening the under eyes. So let's dive right into this. I'm going to apply N1 with a sponge because I find that that's the best way to apply under eye powder. It's not as brightening as I had hoped. It's actually a little dark. Actually, this concealer is very dark under my under eyes. Can you guys see that? It's like peachy, and I don't think it's a color corrector. I'll brighten it later with maybe some banana powder or something. But that's definitely too dark. Not the powder, the concealer. This powder is perfect. I'm going to set the center of my face with this. Okay, so that was the N1, and now I'm going to jump in with a little N3 around the perimeter of my face. And I find that you get a darker color when you set with a sponge than when you set with a brush, and I need a little bit of color today, so that's why I'm going in with this sponge just on the perimeter of my forehead. And then I'll go in with a fluffy brush to set the rest so it won't be quite so dark. Okay, let's see. My face is set. It looks nice and smooth. The color looks a little patchy though. I'm guessing that's because I applied part of it with a sponge and part with a brush. Probably would have gotten a more uniform color if I had applied it all the same way. But it doesn't look bad. Okay, so next we have two blushes from the L'Oreal True Match line. I'm going to add these on and then finish my face, and I can show you what it looks like when it's all said and done, because I do have a contour palette that I'm going to be trying out today separately. So we have W3-4 Barely Blushing, and we have W5-6 Subtle Sable. And I don't know what my eye look's going to be, so I'm going to go with the more neutral blush color, but I will swatch these both for you. There's Barely Blushing, and you can kind of see the iridescent shimmer there. And Subtle Sable. This one's a little warmer, this one's a little bit more pinky. Alright, so I'm taking Barely Blushing on a Wet n Wild blush brush. And you can see it's very subtle, not too shiny. This is the side with the blush, this is the side without. It's very soft and pretty. I feel like it's taking a little bit of time to actually build up the color, maybe because it's such a like sheen type of blush. Pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off, finish my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my face is bronzed and it looks a little bit more put together, so let's see what I think now that all of the layers are on top. I still didn't think that it looks nice and smooth. I definitely like the way it looks better with everything else on top of it. It might be a little on the dry side, but that's easily fixed with like a setting spray or like a Fix Plus type of spray from MAC, which is what I usually use. So right now I am liking the look of the foundation and the powder, not the concealer. The concealer oxidized and turned my under eye area very orange. It's not the color corrector because I didn't put the peach color corrector up here. The only thing I have up here is the concealer, and it's just not the right color for me. I have 3 colors of concealer and they're all too peach. They look yellow and pale in the tubes. I used this one, which is the most yellow of the 3. This one's pink, this one's peach. I wasn't going to use those 2. I used this one, which is the lightest and the most yellow, and this is the one that oxidized and turned peach on me. So the concealers are a no-go for me, but stay tuned for updates on how the foundation and powder wear and the blush throughout the day, so stay tuned. So this is what the makeup looks like in natural lighting. The contour is a little too gray. Might have gone a little heavy-handed here, but otherwise it looks great. Hey guys, so it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so the foundation's been on for about 7 hours. This will probably be my only check-in today. Well, it's a busy week right before the move and closing and post-holidays, so this is what it looks like right now. I think it still looks really nice. It's nice and smooth on the cheeks. I'm getting a little bit of oils peeking through in my T-zone, but that is typical for me. I do have combination skin. I get a little oily here and then dry on my chin, my jawline, my hairline, you know. So I think this is pretty good. The concealer, I'm just not a fan of. It just oxidized horribly, and it's the fair shade, so it's one of the lightest shades, so it shouldn't have turned orange on me. So the concealer is a thumbs down for me. The foundation and the powders are very nice. The blush is really pretty. It takes a while to build up. It's more like a satiny, sheer blush, but that's nice because I'd rather have less than more, and when you have too much you can't take it away, but when it's not enough you can always add more. So that's my opinion, but I hope you guys enjoyed this L'Oreal True Match try on video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.